Happy Monday. Happy fun day to our Raven fans and anybody who just was scrolling in the feed and come across our live. Hello and welcome to the world of Passion Unscripted. And it's all about we are coming together with Dina because we have the time of our life. When we come here, we are just uncovering these topics that maybe you are not comfortable to share with your friends or your family, or you're just like quietly whispering to yourself, but you want some guidance on that. That's why we love to have these episodes, because these episodes are actually us connecting with you, and we are sharing some guidance, some tools, because hey, we are also going through some shit in life. And it just to show that we are not perfect. We are also part of that beautiful life experience, but together it makes it such a great difference for all of us. So welcome to another episode where we are talking about the love you don't schedule. But before we dive in, just a couple of words who we actually are and why would you even listen to us? Well, if you are the first time tuning in, welcome to our beautiful space, our feminine magnetic energy. That's how I feel we are just navigating in this beautiful space together with Dina. I am all about manifestation. How do we actually turn our thoughts about the partner that we truly calling in into our life, and how we magnetize that person, right? Because we were taught that, like stop dreaming, just get real, and that the person can't really check all of the boxes. And I'm here to say yes. Heck yes, that person can check all your boxes. All you have to do is just keep your standards, be conscious of what you desire, know exactly who you want, and not settling for anything less. And that's exactly what my expertise is coming from. And I'm here with my amazing Dina. Dina, say a couple of words about yourself.
Hi,
Woo-hoo.
my love, and hi, L. L
Yes,
came
Elle,
through.
hello.
He loves our backgrounds.
Yes, yes.
So, if you are tuning in now and you don't know us, my name is Dina Alexander, and I am a sex coach, life coach, and a relationship coach. Why did I this is what my passion, because I don't believe in separation, I don't believe in divorces, but I do believe that we change every day, and that's the reason why you need to educate yourself to bring new stuff in your relationship, because not the old won't last forever. You need to get new information, and I do believe that sex and spirituality go hand in hand, and if you use them in a human way, in a wise way, you can create whatever you want. That's me.
I love that. I love that. So let's just tune into the topic, because obviously this is something that just downloads to me. And today we are talking about the love you don't schedule. I love this topic because, like even though sometimes we are scheduling our time, remember, Dina, one time we had this conversation where you were sharing that one couple, they were not having the time for each other. And you said, well, then you can schedule it on the calendar. And I was like so against it. I was like, no, no, no. When it comes to love, I love spontaneous things. I love things just flowing, right? But today we are actually talking about the love you don't schedule. So, what exactly are we going to talk about? Dina, would you like to start us off?
Yes, I love it what you reminded me. um you know what happens. If you're listening to us at this moment and you are in this situation, what I'm going to this scenario, you work together with your partner. Okay, you are business partners.
Hmm.
You are living in the same house. You do the same administration. This it In that situation, in that scenario, you should prioritize scheduling romantic time. You know why? Because everything will become business. Because making money will be the only thing you will be talking about, and that's why in that scenario, scheduling romantic time is important. But now we are talking about that other part, okay? That spontaneous part, that part that Irina is talking about. So you're listening to us. Let me ask you something. How many things have you scheduled this week? Meetings, appointments, birthdays, vacations, workouts, dinner reservations. Hey, maybe a date night also because you didn't have time to do something spontaneously. And you know what? We are masters at filling our calendars. But here's the question: when was the last time you made space for connection instead of simply making plans? Because
Mhm.
here's what I've noticed after years of working with couples: some of the most unforgettable moments in the relationship were never planned. No reservations, no itinerary, no perfect settings, just two people laughing in the kitchen, talking long hours after the movie ended, holding each other in silence. You don't schedule that. Or deciding to put the phone down and truly be present. Sometimes the greatest expression of love don't happen when everything goes according to plan. They happen when we make room for what matters most. And let's explore why. So tell me, Irina, because sometimes I do open up the Pandora box
Mhm.
at your side. So did I do that?
Well, let's continue talking because I love what you are sharing, Dina, and I super agree with that. Because again, it's one thing when we are scheduling the dates, where do we want to go, what we are going to do, and it's another thing, like let's say something comes to me and I say to my partner, you know what, I'm just up for the massage, right? And what is coming to me as we are talking about creating these small rituals, like each couple can actually be creative and have these rituals. Like when, like getting maybe, foot massage for each other, right? Doing something, like taking the bath together, whatever it is. Like a lot of times we are looking for the fancy ways, but romantic things can be explored in something very simple as long as we have the creativity for that.
Yes. And you know what? The majority of us doesn't have time to create to have creativity. They lost it. They don't know they were the child in you. You are totally disconnected with that. So if you have that, please do not go anywhere. Stay here. So modern life teaches us to schedule. That's the thing. Schedule success, schedule productivity, schedule vacation, even schedule romance, as I told you at the beginning. And while there is nothing wrong with planning, no, I use that with my clients. Planning isn't the same as connecting. So when
Mhm.
I do tell my clients schedule romance, I'm hoping and I'm giving them tool to connect, but it's their scenario. They are the
Mhm.
actors, okay? But the main thing is connecting during that being together. So, question, Irina, have you ever noticed how a couple can spend an entire weekend together and still feel emotionally distant? Have you felt that?
Of course, I felt it. I felt it in my marriage, not initially, but as time passes by and a lot of, this connection was building. Yes, absolutely. And you know what? I feel this is so important because a lot of times people think, okay, I want this woman or I want this man, and they are in the marriage or committed relationship. They stop putting the effort, and I have to tell you that that effort has to be doubled.
Yes. And another thing I'm going to ask you, have you ever experienced of hurt that 10 minutes of genuine presence? Genuine presence can feel more intimate than an expensive getaway.
Absolutely, right? We are talking about holding the energy, how important it is, right? Because sometimes you don't even require the advice. That's why it's so important to have that communication where you are actually tuning into your partner and you are asking, okay, would you like the advice or would you like me just to hold the space as you are sharing? Because sometimes, we want to be wise and then say, oh, you want to do this and you want to do that. And sometimes that really, like pisses me off. It's like, I did not ask you what to do. Like I know what I want to do with that, but I just want your presence. I want you just to listen to me, just, hold the space for me, because sometimes that's how our energy works.
Yes. And you know why this is so important? Because the connection isn't measured by time. And some people think that because the people spends more time there with them, it will create connection um, automatically. This connection is measured by attention, as you said, presence. And
Mm-hmm.
attention, presence has become one of the rarest gifts we can offer another human being. The majority of the work that I do here with my couples is because of presence. And the necessity, the wanting, the passion for money is more than that present for for your partner. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk a little bit of the magic of unplanned um, moments. Okay. Oh, I think we have something from L. Pandora box with lots of love and surprises. It could start with lots of sparks, but over time we tend to lose the mojo after being with the part of over some time. Do you agree? As I usually, I usually respond to this question like this. I use the car scenario. A car, you buy it, you invest in a car, but it comes, you need to maintain it. Um, treat by treating it with love, service it as such as mileage, attend to the wipers, fill the oil, fill the water, and etc. Fill the gas every such and period. So the same with with marriage. It doesn't the it doesn't start with sparks and it stays the same. Okay, it's like a car because the mileage that you see in a car changes. It never goes back to 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. You can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's the same with marriage. You can't go back. What you can is transform or transform those sparks into something else. And you know what will help you a lot? Peacefulness. Being peaceful in a relationship is not boring. It will make room for another kind of spark to come in. I hope I you understand what I'm saying. Would you like to add something, Irina?
Yes, please. So, what comes to me is it doesn't matter whether this is marriage or any time, like our energy can't be running on adrenaline. And that's exactly when we are just meeting somebody, right? Like all these, and scientifically speaking, they already discovered that we a little bit like in a la la land, we are like forgetful, right? Like we are not kind of present in the present moment. So they say that our brain can't be in that kind of state all the time. That's why these butterflies, like appear and then they go away when, our relationship becomes stable. But what I feel where the spark is there all the time when people are growing, we are talking about personal growth. We are talking about having dreams, having goals. When people have the similar vision, then this spark is constantly reigniting because there is so many things you keep discovering about the person. Because we are like, remember we were mentioning on other episodes, we are constantly changing, right? So if we are truly for the evolution of our soul, and we are constantly reflecting and looking what is something that really excites us, because whatever excites us 10 years ago might not be exciting us right now, right? Because again, we are changing all the time. So that is very important, to be together with the person that we are in and ask, what is your vision? Do we still have the similar vision? Do we still actually going to the same direction? Because if we do, there is always that spark that's going to keep us, because we want to be interesting to our partner by doing something. And it's not necessarily that we have the same hobbies and we are constantly together, but when we have similar visions, similar goals, similar dreams, and it doesn't matter, we can use different pathways, one person and another person, but when there is something to strive for, there is always going to be that curiosity, that interest, and including in the intimacy, right? When we were talking about being open to share with your partner, because if we are not open to share with our partner what is something that we like or not like, that like obviously is going to create a lot of resistance.
Yes, my dear. That's it. So I hope,
Yeah, let
um,
us know, Al, in the comment
yes,
if it makes sense.
yes, yes. So I'll continue because time is flying by. I want to talk a little bit more about the magic of unplanned moments. So let's be honest. When you think back on your favorite memories, okay, how many of them happened exactly as planned? Probably not many. The moment that stays with us are unexpected. The road trip that took a wrong turn, the laugh that made your stomach hurt, the midnight conversation that neither of you wanted to end, the dance in the living room while dinner was burning. Those moments weren't manufactured, okay? They happened because two people were available to experience them. Love loves spontaneity, not because
Hmm.
life should be chaotic, but because presence allow magic to happen. Okay, and um, we do need to become a little bit sassy here. Okay, you know me because time flies, and I need to be sassy here. Sometimes we're so busy documenting times, putting everything on social media, and we stop living. We're checking
Hmm.
emails, scrolling social media, thinking about tomorrow, replying to messages, while the person sitting next to us is quietly hoping for our attention.
Hmm.
Present doesn't mean simply being in the same room. Present means saying with your body, I'm here. You're important. You have my attention. And let me tell you something, nothing makes someone feel more loved than feeling like they matter in this moment. You
Yep.
want to say something, Irina?
No, I agree so much, because again, it's just to pause and really understand, sometimes it's not about just doing the to-do list, but allowing that miracles to come through.
I want to give some tips, okay? Because they think I'm talking about a big dinner with 20 roses, and no, no, I'm not talking about that. People people often believe relationship change through grand gestures. Sometimes they do, but most lasting love is built differently. It's built through moments like looking up when your partner starts talking, saying, "Tell me more," holding a huge uh, look. I have partners that don't remember the last time they kissed or the last time they hugged. Holding a hug for a few seconds, 20, releases endorphins. Okay, it's needed. Smiling when they walk into the room, hey, I know partners coming in the room and criticizing, start because they saw the person instead of smiling and being nice. Even though you
Mhm.
saw something and you need to talk, but tell that person what you saw or what you're not don't agree with, but don't do that when you enter a room. Okay, it disrupts the vibes. Another tip: reaching for their hand without thinking. That is the most beautiful thing a person can do. Saying thank you for something they did for you or something they do every day, it's magical. And none of these moments are dramatical, but together they become emotional deposits. And that's what
Mhm.
your relationship needs. And every relationship has a kind of, I call it a emotional bank account. And small daily deposits like this creates enormous emotional wealth. Okay? So you want to say something? Want me to continue?
Now continue.
Okay. So let's talk about how to create more unplanned connections. Okay? I'm going to make this practical. This week, if you're listening to me, to us, this week, try one of these. Sit outside together for 10 minutes without an agenda. Okay, that's the most important part is going outside without your phone, with your if your agenda is in your phone.
Mhm.
um Two, take a walk and leave your phones behind. Again, that phone, beep phone. Three, ask one question you've never asked your partner before, and dance in the kitchen while making dinner. Put some
Mhm.
music on and move that booty. So, and another thing, the last thing is end of the day by sharing one thing you appreciated about each other, what happened during the day. Okay? Those things are simple and free and powerful. So you don't come and tell me, hey, I don't have time. I don't know how. I just provided some. Just choose one
Mhm.
and do it and tell us about it. You need to write it in the comments, okay? These are free, powerful, um, and you need to intimacy grows through repetition, not extravagance. Okay, so these are simple things. Okay,
Yep.
um let's embody something. Let's take time to embody. Okay, let's pause. I need you to close your eyes if you're listening to me at this moment. I need you to lower your breath, so slow it down. Take a slow breath. Place one hand on your heart and ask yourself, when was the last time I was completely present with someone I love? Now ask, what small moment could I create today without planning anything at all? And stay there for a moment because love often arrives quietly. You simply have to notice it. It's like a lovable idea. And you know what, Irina? Most of the time we put it aside. And maybe you need to write down what comes up. It may be something bizarre. You
Yep.
would never do that, but write it down. Okay? That's love talking to you. So I want to invite you, if you are listening to us at this moment, I want to invite you to if this connected with you and you want to know more, send us a private message, okay? And we will guide you through having this subtle um, experience in your relationship, for example.
Yep. So definitely, Just, comment if you like what we are sharing, and also share it with others who you feel might benefit from this episode. And as always, Elle, thank you so much for tuning in, and try on the tips and let us know how it goes. And again, we'll see you all next week. And if you have any topic that you would love us to uncover, don't be shy. Let us know so we can grow and learn together. Thank you so much and have a beautiful, beautiful week ahead. Bye for now.